Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo. We're here today doing another live commentary, guys. I got quite a few things I wanted to talk about. I'm actually doing something pretty cool, which is playing standing up for the very first time at my standing desk, which I'm pretty stoked about. So, setup's kind of coming together. I still have some stuff on order for soundproofing, so this green screen is kind of working as a dampener, and it's kind of working, but it's kind of not working. So it's still a little bit of an echo, but something really cool about playing at a standing desk, apart from it obviously being really healthy, especially if you spend a lot of time at your desk like I do, to actually be able to stand rather than just sit the whole damn day. Great for your back, great for a lot of things. But it also, for me, is it's a little bit of nostalgia, man. I don't know how many of you remember just going to like your favorite tech store back in the day, like Circuit City or Best Buy, or even Walmart had a lot of kiosks, and playing the latest games that were going to be coming out on the latest platforms that you probably couldn't afford because you were really young and you were, you know, not from a rich family, or you came from a rich family and your parents made you work for shit, which is always a good thing. You know, so you went to the store and you played it there. For me, it's actually a really deep memory because my mom would on occasion take my brother and I really early in the morning before school to places like Circuit City and Walmart and Best Buy, and we would actually go before school to play the latest games. I remember going to play Cell Damage on the original Xbox, and yeah, just a lot of really good memories connected to that. It was those same situations, of course, where you were stuck staring up at the screen with your neck tilted back, in most instances standing up, playing on the most broken and probably drool-covered controllers that money could buy because they never cleaned those things. But you were playing a new game. You were playing a new console that you never got to experience before, and it was just a really awesome experience. For me, it also led to my brother and I skipping a lot of school. You know, I talked about this in the past. My brother and I would fake being sick. One of the other things that we would pull off, which my mom was always really cool about, was we'd be like, you know, Ma, and this was pretty much every time we went to like Circuit City or one of those places early, because at that point you just played a bunch of video games. Do you think you want to go to school? No, I definitely didn't want to, and I don't think anybody would have wanted to. Is he actually? There he is. He's in the doorway. You see him? Hold on a second. There he is. That's not the same guy. There's another guy there. Okay. So we would be like, hey, Ma, you know, I really think we need a brother day, which was our excuse to stay home from school. But it was also a legitimate bonding opportunity for my brother and I. You know, we would stay home and play video games together. That's what Brother Day was. We'd either go to Blockbuster and rent a game after we had a lot of those platforms, or we'd play whatever we had. So I remember when we were going and, like, playing the Xbox before I had one, you know, we were playing, like, N64 and stuff, and then when we got an Xbox, I think for Christmas, it was just like, Blockbuster, here we come, let's rent like every game we ever saw and just beat them all in co-op. So I actually, you know, I really do have my parents to thank for, I think, the relationship that my brother and I have. Like, we've always been close. We're like 2 years apart, but I know plenty of families, I know plenty of friends who have brothers who are 2, 3, or 1 year apart, even born in the same day, who don't have the relationship my brother and I have. And, you know, maybe you're like that. Maybe you have a sibling that you're close with. Maybe you have one that you're not close with. I think really the relationship my brother and I have was forged not just by video games, this will be a part of it, but by the things that my parents allowed us to do together. The freedoms they gave us, the opportunities they gave us. Just, I mean, number one, to cause a little bit of mischief together. The things we did outside of playing video games, because of the freedoms we had, definitely tightened our bond. But video games, I think, is also where we shared a lot of memories, a lot of experiences that I won't forget anytime soon. And my brother has always been my best friend because of that. You know, he's not just my brother. He's my best bro as well. So I definitely have my parents to thank for that. And I guess in turn, video games as well. So yeah, kind of a massive tangent. Not at all really what we're here today to talk about. But you guys know I like to share a good memory every now and then, and maybe squeeze a few good memories out of you in the process. So today I actually want to talk quite a bit about DLC. The potential of any future DLC for Titanfall 2. It's something that a lot of you guys are constantly asking me about at this point. Tony, you know when the DLC for this month is dropping? And I'm sorry to say it, but guys, I wasn't just being a dick when I was like, listen, this is probably the last piece of DLC we're getting for Titanfall 2 coming up. Respawn can't support this game forever. They have other projects to work on. They have to eventually move forward to finish the Star Wars game, to work on Titanfall 3 at some point, other things in the Titanfall universe, other projects. They're a developer. They have to have the opportunity to have that creative freedom to do things, to do new things, to do different things, or to push old ideas forward. And they can't do that if they're endlessly trying to support Titanfall 2. From the get-go, they've been limited on resources, limited on the team size, which is why a lot of the content we've seen for Titanfall 2 hasn't been fully fleshed out original pieces. It's been a lot of reworks of old maps, you know? We've seen some live fire content. Obviously, the Monarch DLC and everything that happened with Frontier Defense, those were big pieces of DLC that probably took a lot of manpower for what is a very small team. You know, they don't have this massive studio. And not to mention that they're working on other projects. So I'm not here to continue to be that doomsayer and say we're probably not going to get any more DLC. What I am here to talk about is what I would like to see from a DLC if it did happen for the anniversary of the game. The 1-year anniversary of the game, of course, coming up soon. And I wanted to hear what you guys would like to see if Respawn was to create one last piece of DLC to say thank you and happy birthday to Titanfall 2. I think that would be cool if they could do something like that. And I think the difficulty here as a player, as you know, member of the community, is to be realistic with your expectations of what they could actually do. For me, I would be happy if they just kept it simple. And honestly, the one big thing I really want to see them do is making another original map for the game. Just one more original map, you know, express themselves, make whatever they want, even if it ends up not being a map favored in the community. I just want to see their team have that creative freedom to build something like Glitch, or to build something completely different, but something that expresses the same sort of freedom in design that Glitch had. Glitch is a map that was, very much based around the best ideologies of what makes Titanfall when it comes to the movement system, and they were able to really run with that, and it's why Glitch is like a fan favorite, especially for a lot of the people who like to go fast and who like to wall run, because it's Titanfall, man. It's what makes Titanfall, right? So I'd kill to see them just make one more original map for the game. Just one more. That's it. If nothing else drops in that DLC, just one completely original map to say farewell, I would be absolutely stoked beyond belief. I think outside of that, it would be cool to see some final weapon balancing. Bring the Volt back into the fray. I mean, pretty much all of the SMGs can do some serious work at this point, but the Volt is still just kind of over there being mediocre. It's not like you can't do well with the Volt, but it's not nearly as powerful as it should be, and it's not anywhere near as powerful as the other SMGs in the roster. So those are really the two things I'd like to see them do. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see. Again, I think you really have to be reasonable here. I know a lot of people look at the concept art for the Titans that never got to be, and they want those things to come to fruition, but I just don't see it happening. Maybe Respawn will shock us. Maybe they'll say, hey, we're doing year 2 DLC. Guess what? We get a whole nother year Titanfall 2 DLC. If they did, I would be shocked. I'd be happy, but I'd be shocked. To me, it just doesn't make sense from a business perspective, from a creative perspective, to continue to put that much time and resources into Titanfall 2. As much as we'd all like to see them do that, the people who are still playing this game, the 4,000 people playing at 10 o'clock in the morning right now with me, I just don't think it's reasonable, and I don't think it's the direction they're going to take. But again, maybe I'm wrong. You don't have to get upset about it. I was always just trying to be real about the things. So feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section below for what you'd like to see from an anniversary DLC for Titanfall 2. I mean, it's just hard to even consider that, right? Frontier Defense was a big piece of content, and people really loved it, So it's like, where to next? I think, to be completely realistic, if they could do more content, and if they did do more content, even for the anniversary, we'd likely see the same sort of content we saw releasing outside of the Monarch DLC and outside of Frontier Defense, which is like a live fire map, and maybe another map brought back from the grave from the original Titanfall 2, and maybe they could add another map to Frontier Defense. You think we can get this Gooser? Nah, but we'll get him with the flame shield, so it's all good. Why he dove? I think he was trying to land on top of us, and we kited. We kited accidentally. I wasn't actually trying to kite intentionally. Or he just didn't get the distance he needed to get. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, guys. I'm really going to leave it at that. That's all there is to say about it. I feel like I'm beating a dead drum at this point. Let's see if we can't finish up this match. We're not really doing great. I actually recorded 2 commentaries prior to this. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately only because the last live commentary I did was also on Dry Dock. They were both on Dry Dock, and I was like, after a while, it's like nice to just have a different map. I also know a lot of you guys are like, Tony, could you play with a different weapon or this? And dude, I'm just, at this point, I just boot up the game. I play a live commentary. I don't even consider the weapons I'm using anymore. I didn't even really pay attention to the loadout I picked today or the Titan I picked. We're just playing Scorch. We happen to be using some kit with the car and Stim and Firestar in typical Tony Mo fashion. So, oh, that's about as good as it gets, man. Let's see what we got going on here. I just feel, I'm like, you gotta give me a little bit of leeway here, because I'm just delirious, man. Coming off of being sick and just being away for as long as I was, like, I'm just so disconnected from everything when it comes to playing games. Playing standing up is actually kind of weird, by the way. It's a very weird, interesting feeling. I think what I need to do is I need to go watch an Iniquity video, and then I'll just instantly be like back in the zone, right? Iniquity's the hype, man. No denying that. Oh! We're just talking about the guy, and we just pull that one out of our rabbit's hat. More like out of a rabbit's ass, but either way, I'll take it. We're totally gonna get detonated here. I wanted to drop my core. Nethris, you and your North Star, you can go out back, and you can sip on a cup of really shitty cappuccino, and just go yourself, because that's how I feel right now. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. What would you like to see from the final piece of Titanfall 2 DLC? If Respawn was gonna do one more drop for the anniversary of the game, what would be your wish list? Try and be reasonable here for what they can and can't do with their current team size, the resources they have, and let me know. Maybe you don't want to be realistic. Let me know your actual wish list, like a dream list as well. Like the things that you think they can do and the things that you'd love to see them do if they had all of the resources and all the manpower in the world. That's one of the things that I would kill to see, is to see Titanfall 3 be a game that blows up and has the same global success as a game like Overwatch, just because I know the money and the resources that the team at Respawn could have at their fingertips could allow them to create some of the most incredible content ever. Because they're obviously talented people. There's a lot of talented people in this industry, man. A lot of talented people in this world. It's just need that opportunity to flex their muscles, you know, to show people what they can do when they're given the resources, when they're given the manpower to make all the cool shit that they've ever wanted to make. Of course, none of that's easy to do, but when you got the time and the money, it's a little bit easier. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, remember to play smart, remember to play to challenge yourself, but most importantly, remember to play for fun.